So, as I am sure that you are all aware, it has been announced that as of September 9th, 2025, the racehorse known as Haru Urara has unfortunately passed away due to colic. I think it's colic. And, this was bound to happen. Um, as I'm sure that you are all aware, it was bound to happen. Haru Urara was already old by the time she passed away due to colic. And I kind of wanted to make this video as kind of a way for me to at least process this event even further and at least share what Haru Urara meant to me as admittedly someone who only recently just got into Uma Musume. So in the short time that I have played Uma Musume, I've um I've only recently started using Haru Urara. I've only trained her recently. And my first win was obviously with Sakura Bakshin O, and for the longest time I've been putting off using Haru Urara because I thought to myself that I would be pissed if I had to deal with her repeatedly losing. But as it turns out, I feel like I should have used her way more. I should have trained her way more back then. And it's funny to think, cuz this is just like a racehorse, an anime girl in a based off of a racing horse who just recently passed away. So, I didn't really know who Haru Urara was way before she passed. But, you know, even though I've won a lot of races using like other Umas such as Silent Suzuka, Maruzensky, and Bakshin, the most satisfying wins were always with Haru Urara, I feel, because you can feel that she's like trying her best, and considering her un undefeatable loss record, it felt really good to win with Haru Urara. And I guess that's why I personally preferred using Haru. So anyways, um the news of Haru's death came as a shock to me, because it was only earlier in the day that I found out. It was only earlier in the day that I was training Haru Urara, and things were going off as usual. I was training her speed, stamina, and then she was getting happy, and then I went off to do some things, and then boom, I find out that she's dead. Her horse is dead. Of course, Haru will live on in the game, and as of recording, like, I'm still holding back a lot of tears, man. Like, I don't know why I'm even crying. It's just like a horse that I barely know. And I guess that serves as a good segue to talk about the reasons why I found Haru Urara, and I'm sure that some of you will relate. This will be this is a perfect segue to talk about why she has been very significant. Because, as you all know, she's a loser. well, the shining star of losers, as they call her. But obviously, we all know this. She's won all of our hearts, and um, I found myself relating to her a lot, plenty, um, plenty of times, especially considering my my well, considering that I am only a not even a rookie, only a noob in my sim racing career. So naturally, I would be taking a lot of L's. I would be losing a lot of races, and obviously, like seeing someone like Haru um have just an the biggest losing streak ever, and still managing to keep a smile throughout all of it. I don't know, it serves as an inspiration to like me, to everyone who's shit to everyone who's in that kind of situation. So yeah, I find a lot of I find a lot of common ground with Haru Urara. Even if she loses, she's happy. And I guess another thing is that um Haru Urara likes racing on dirt. I think throughout her career she was a dirt racing horse, and a lot of my wins in whenever I trained Haru Urara were all mainly on dirt. And I guess as a person who mainly plays dirt rally, I guess that's another piece of common ground Haru Urara and I share. So moving forward, right? Moving forward, as much as possible, I'll try to take a lot of what Haru Urara meant to people, what Haru Urara meant to me, and just like run with it, literally sometimes. Like, I know I haven't been the most active poster lately because still I'm trying to cope with my schedule, since I'm a college student at the moment, and I'm also taking on like sim racing at an amateur level. Hopefully I can move up through the years, and I won't give up. It's simple as that. I won't give up. And if there's anything you guys should take away from this rambling, this short ramble, I suppose, is that as the title says, never give up even if you fail. And try to keep a smile throughout all of it. It doesn't mean faking your emotions, but just keeping an optimistic outlook on things. At least for me, that helps boost my morale. So anyways, I have another video on Uma Musume coming out in a couple of days, maybe a week. And yeah, like I said again, never give up even if you fail. Thank you for watching.